So there are certain myths about a conflict which we'll try. There are 5 myths that all conflicts are bad. I think so our last conversation will make it very clear that all conflicts are not bad. In fact, conflicts are required for growth, right? All conflicts can be resolved. All interpersonal conflicts can be resolved is another myth people live in. Conflict resolution is about everyone winning. This was one thing which I couldn't digest for a long time. It took me a strong insight into my own psyche as to, is it really about everyone winning? Is it not? And it took me a long time to digest this myth that people live in. And we are born with conflict resolution skills. No, we are not born with something else. Let's look at each myth individually. Conflicts are an opportunity. Are all conflict bad? No. Conflicts are an opportunity for my growth, for the other person's growth, for my team's growth. As I said, that we hold our thoughts, we hold our positions, we hold our ideas. And the more stronger the thoughts, the positions, the ideas, the more we hold a position. And position handling in conflict is not very conducive. Okay? So if I know the art of letting go, when do I know when I should let go? It's like a rubber band. I need to let go at some point of time. Somebody at some point of time needs to let go. And it's the letting go is will actually convert a conflict into an opportunity. When I learn to let go, and letting go is a skill that everyone cannot. Uh, Letting go is a skill which a large-hearted person can. So, are you clear about the myths that all conflicts are not bad? It's a myth. All conflicts are not bad. All conflicts can be resolved. Let's take the example of I am right, you're right. How deep is that? Sometimes the conflicts at that aspect of our life, when I am right, my value based conflicts are so deep within us, and we are not so easily willing to let go on our value systems. What happens when people don't respect each other? That conflicts, can they be really resolved? Yes, I agree that sometimes, because of the way we relate to each other, because of the conflicts, our values are different. Then it is easier for us to step away from that relationship. That is what I call a divorce, is a socially accepted compromise. It is required because it's crazy to live with a person whom you're not ever going to have any respect, and you can't keep on having value based conflicts on a day to day basis. It just saps off your energy. One thing what we can do is that we can agree to be disagreeable. Okay, I don't agree with this, but in the larger interest of our relationship, I'm willing to work on that. So I'll keep my personal things aside. That is what I can do. Disagree without being disagreeable. Okay, so all conflicts cannot be resolved. All interpersonal conflicts cannot be resolved. Well, if you don't understand yourself, most of the times people don't understand themselves, and they don't make the effort of understanding what the other person is saying. Without this effort, how can you resolve interpersonal conflicts? Usually, you have to look into the mirror. If you find that everywhere conflict, you keep on conflicting with so many people in your life, the best place to look is into the mirror. And that's where the problem lies. So, effort is required to understand who I am, who the others are, and also to understand the style of communication. People have different styles of communication, and if we make the effort of understanding what is their style, then probably then we can resolve the interpersonal. So all, if I don't take the effort of understanding myself, if I don't take the effort of understanding what the other person is saying, how can an interpersonal conflict can be resolved? So it's a myth that people can be resolved. All interpersonal depends on person to person, right? Personality is complex. Conflict resolution is about everyone winning. Oh my God, this was really a big one. When I first heard that, it took me it took me into a tiz. My head reeled. How is it not possible? It has to be. Conflict resolution means everybody has to win. No, my friends, sometimes you win, sometimes they win. The best example I can give you is like a husband and wife relationship. A marriage or a great love relationship is like a rubber band. The more you keep on pulling, it will go, and there is certain tension in that rubber band. At some point of time, it is going to break. You have to let go. At some point of time, somebody has to let go for that relationship to come back to its original place. So it's not really about everyone winning. Sometimes you win, sometimes they win. And it's okay to lose a conflict. What's wrong? In the larger interest of a relationship, if you lose a conflict, perfectly fine. The final myth that we're going to talk about is we are born with conflict resolution skills. Seriously? Do you think that you are born with conflict resolution skills? Actually, we are born with a desire to be right. We always want to be right. Most of the times, most human beings want to be right. And another desire is that we want things to go our way. Now, if this is what we are really born with, do you think so we are born with conflict resolution skills? It will require a lot of effort to hone the skills of conflict resolutions because we'll have to keep this aside for us to be skillful in conflict resolution. So now let us look at what are the do's and don'ts.